Wetin make Donald Trump stop to dey talk about this division of Nigeria and everything that have to do with this Nigeria? This video expose a lot of things. The secret don't expose wetin they don't do underground behind our back, where we say many people no know. In fact, the thing don't expose. This video just expose the truths behind everything. All this rumor wey we dey hear, this one happen, no be true. Now this video, from this video, you go just understand everything we just go on. What to the end. For better understanding, watch to the end. Make sure you watch to the end, because no go watch and have her. This video just expose all this rumor we dey hear, say this one happen. Now lie. Now this video now expose the thing. So share this video to everyone and don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates. Right freedom for Massad and the Kala, freedom for the people of Biafra. The time for Biafra has come. All this thing where they talk about Christian genocide, blah blah blah, all those things where would they hear now rumor. Listen to this video and drop your opinion at the comment section.
The man behind the silence. Have you been wondering why Donald Trump has been unusually quiet about Nigeria? No sanction talk, no democracy lectures, no press conferences about governance or accountability, just silence. Today I want to introduce you to the reason for that silence. His name is Massad Boulos. And once I show you the chain, you will never look at Nigeria politics the same way again. Who is Massad Boulos? Massad Boulos is not a name most Nigerians know. But he has been living in your country for nearly 30 years. He was born in Lebanon, holds 4 passports, Lebanese, Nigeria, French, and American, and moved to Lagos in 1996 as CEO of SCOA, Nigeria, a heavy truck and machinery company. He raised his family in Lagos. His son, Michael, grew up there. And in 2022, that son, Michael Boulos, married Tiffany Trump, Donald Trump's daughter. That made Massad Boulos Donald Trump in-law. And in December 2024, Trump appointed him senior advisor to the president. By April 2025, Africa was added to his portfolio, making him the most senior U.S. government official responsible for the entire African continent. The man advising America on Africa policy spent 30 years in Lagos. Hold that thought. Now I want to show you a chain. Every link is documented. Link 1. Massad Boulos company. SCOA Nigeria supplies heavy equipment to a construction company called High-Tech Constructions. High-Tech Construction is a subsidiary of the Shaguri Group. That is a business relationship. Boulos supplies Shaguri builds. Link 2. Who is Gilbert Shaguri? Gilbert Shaguri is a Lebanese Nigerian billionaire who was convicted of money laundering, flagged by the FBI for suspected Hezbollah financing, and paid a settlement to the U.S. Department of Justice over illegal campaign finance contribution. Link 3. Under President Bola Tinubu, Gilbert Shaguri, through High-Tech Construction, has received more than $13 billion in Nigeria government contracts without competitive bidding, without going to tender, just awarded directly. $13 billion. Let me bring that home for you. At today's exchange rates, that is 20.8 trillion naira. Nigeria's entire federal budget for 2024 was 28 trillion. The whole of Nigeria budget in 2024 was 28 trillion. Only one man received 20.8 trillion inside. This one man received 74% of an entire nation's budget in contracts from one president. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway alone, awarded to Shaguri High-Tech Construction without competitive bidding, is between 11 and 13 billion. That single road contract is more than Nigeria education budget for years combined. And if you took that money and paid every Nigerian worker the new minimum wage of 70,000 naira, you could pay them all for 24 years. That is what we are talking about. Link 4. Tinubu's son, Sheyi Tinubu, sits on the board of a separate Shaguri Group subsidiary. And Tinubu himself once said of Shaguri, with friends like him, one can sleep with a still mind. Link 5. Now, the man whose company supplies Shaguri's construction hands, Massad Boulos, is now Donald Trump's senior advisor for Africa. He is the man whispering into Donald Trump's ears about Nigeria. And you're wondering why Trump is quiet about Tinubu. Let me show you a linked alleged corruption. Before a presidential advisor take office in America, the law requires them to file a financial disclosure, a full declaration of all businesses, relationship, and financial interests. This exists for one reason, so that the public can see whether the person advising the president has a personal financial stake in the decisions he is influencing. Massad Boulos was required to file one, whether it discloses his business relationship with the Shaguri group, the group whose construction hands receive billions from Tinubu, is a question the public cannot correctly answer. Because shortly after Trump's inauguration in January 2025, the White House took its financial disclosure page offline. It disappeared. Okay, Tarif. The public cannot say what he filed or whether the Shaguri connection was ever disclosed to anyone. What do we call that? In law, it is called concealment of conflict of interests. In governance, it is called obstruction of public accountability. In plain language, it is called corruption. A record that citizens are legally entitled to see, gone, offline, unavailable, disappeared. Disclosure pages do not accidentally go offline. This is an active decision. So let me summarize what we know, not what we suspect, what is documented. Trump's Africa advisor spent 30 years in Nigeria, Lagos. His company supplied equipment to a Shaguri construction arm. That Shaguri hands received 20.8 trillion naira, $13 billion in no-bid contract from Tinubu. Tinubu's own son sits on the Shaguri board. The financial disclosure that should have revealed all of this disappeared from the White House website. And America has been silent about Nigeria. Now you know why. This is not conspiracy. This is a paper trail. And it has your name on the bill. Why your generation suffers to pay a bill? Tinubu.
Now, I made my own research and I realized that the man in question, Massad Boulos, is a Lebanese-American businessman and a diplomat, right? He was born in 1971. He's 55 years old. Yeah, he's 55 years old. I also realized that this man is a senior special advisor to the president of US. Yes, he is an advisor to the US on Arab and Africa. In fact, that office was announced by the Department of State. Look at this news. It says, announcement of Massad Boulos as senior advisor for Africa on April 1st, 2025. Now, please, I want to beg you to stay with me because I want to show you some other things that lady didn't talk about. Right? Now, look at this news. It's just only this page. It says, Boulos, okay, the Department of State is pleased to announce the appointment of Massad Boulos as senior advisor for Africa. Senior advisor Boulos also serves as senior advisor to the president on Arab and Middle Eastern affairs. So this man in question is, a senior advisor to the president on Arab and Africa. Okay? Now, look at this. Senior advisor Boulos and Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Corina Sanders, will travel to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, Kenya, and Uganda starting April 3rd last year. During the trip, Senior advisor Boulos and the team will meet with heads of state and business leaders to advance efforts for durable peace in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo and to promote US private sector investment in the region. So it was actually confirmed that, of course, by the State Department, right, that this man in question, right, Massad Boulos, is a senior advisor to the president on Arab and Africa. Now, I want to play a very short video for you of this man, where he met with the president of, Nigeria, and he said something about Nigeria. Holy Jesus. As I said, I don't want to bore you with words. Let me allow you to listen to him and hear what he said about Nigeria. Maybe you understand a bit of what we are talking about. Please listen to him. I'll be back.
Fine, good to see you. Good to see you as well. Socio, we last saw in France. To see you. Yes, right. How are you? Thank you. Good. Good luck. Yes. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, first of all, it was a great pleasure and an honor to meet with President Tinubu. As usual, this is not the first time. We have our two countries have a great relationship. The United States and Nigeria is our major partner. We talked about a number of things. Most importantly, counterterrorism. We've been working very closely with the Nigerian government and President Tinubu's administration on countering terrorism and fighting terrorism. What's happening today in the Sahel region and in the Lake Chad basin is of extreme concern to all of us, not just people in the sub-region, but to the entire world, to Europe and the United States and the entire world. It's a very serious concern, and we're working towards combating it, and we will be cooperating and continue to cooperate towards combating this serious problem in the region. We also talked about the maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea, which is also a very important aspect of our cooperation, not just with Nigeria, but other countries within the Gulf of Guinea. So hopefully this is something we can continue to work on.
You talked about cooperation on the security countering the terrorism. In what form is that coming?
There's a lot of work that we've already doing together. There's information sharing, there's technology, there's training. There are quite a few programs that we've worked on and we will continue to work on. But hopefully we can increase. We can increase that. We know that also Nigeria had recently purchased some equipment from the United States, and we hopefully will work towards improving on that.
Right, there's a narrative coming from the US at the moment, disturbing to some people in Nigeria, and that's about religious persecution. That is not the position of the government, certainly. It's that of the Senator Cruz, I guess. And what is the position of US governments regarding this?
This is certainly unfortunate. Of course, any incident, any loss of life is absolutely unfortunate. Those who know the terrain well know that terrorism has no color and no religion and no tribe. People of all religions and all tribes are dying as a result of terrorist acts. But it's very unfortunate. We even know that Boko Haram and ISIS are killing more Muslims than Christians. So people are suffering from all sorts of backgrounds. This is not specifically targeted about one group or the other. However, any loss of life is too many. One is too many, and we should work together in partnership to put an end to this. With regards to, there are other incidents that happen to be in the Middle Belt, for example, where farmers are located. Most of these farmers happen to be Christian, and some herdsmen are going through and they have these incidents. But we definitely, it's not something that we can say is specifically targeted about a specific group. However, we must work together to put an end to this. The Nigerian government and the President Tinubu's administration have recently taken additional measures and put more resources in those areas. And we've seen some improvements in recent weeks. We appreciate those measures, and we definitely look forward to more of those, and we look forward to ending these sorts of acts wherever they come from. And we know that Nigeria is a melting pot. Nigeria is a country in which all sorts of religious groups and other groups, ethnic and tribal and other groups are living together in harmony for centuries. And Nigerian population is split 50-50 probably between Christians and Muslims. So this has never been a serious religious issue and should not be. But we appreciate what President Tinubu has done, and we shall continue to work together to make sure it's taken care of.
You know, the Nigerian genocide of Christians narrative was triggered when opposition politicians in America claimed that believers in our country, Nigeria, we targeted, even they employed is so-called genocide to describe the attack. You know, the pronunciations of the claim have been dismissed. No, have dismissed the narrative. The senior advisor of the U.S. President on Arab and African Affairs, Massad Boulos, has publicly dismissed these explosive claims of religious persecution and targeted genocide against Christians in Nigeria. In a chat with President Tinubu in Rome, Massad emphasized that terrorism in Nigeria affects individuals of all faiths and ethnicities indiscriminately. For the U.S. advisor, these allegations are misguided and inconsistent with the reality that terrorism doesn't discriminate based on religion. It is no longer news, you know.
I'm happy that, you see, this issue, you know, it raises a lot of questions. The first one is, what quantum of information is available to Senator Ted Cruz for him to come out with that position? What is the work of he's a member of the Committee on Commerce, Ted Cruz, that made that statement.
He's also a Republican.
He's also a Republican. He's a member of the Foreign Committee, the Committee on Foreign Relations. What is the relationship between the Nigerian National Assembly, Committee on Foreign Relations, and the U.S. Congress? What is the relationship between the Nigerian Foreign Affairs Minister, you know, and the U.S. Congress? So is there a continuum of networking and relationship in order to be able to feed the international community about what is going on in Nigeria?
Yeah.
If you look at global community, you see that almost every month, you see the people in charge of information briefing, you know, the audience about what is going on in Nigeria. I know that even up to now, we don't have an ambassador in the US.
We don't.
So that vacuum is what we are seeing now.
Yeah.
You know, because Ogabayo Onanuga is the spokesperson for the president. It's not the spokesperson for Nigeria. So he can only speak on activities of the president. There should be, you know, the Minister of Information who is supposed to be doing local international briefing.
Yeah.
So there is a communication gap. I don't think Ted Cruz was deliberate. He was acting on the information available to him. So we are part of that problem. And let me also add that there are a lot of Nigerians occupying strategic posts in the US. There are people that are very close to Republicans. What is the network of union between the Nigerian government and such individuals in the US? Because it's just not true that you know, Christians have been, you know, are the targets. Well, the extremists, you know, the ideology that okay, they want a theocratic state, that might give a slight impression that they don't want Christianity. That is factual. But in terms of what they do, there was a mosque that was, you know, attacked in Kanu. This assailant, a Muslim person, put petrol around and then set it ablaze. So many people were killed. A mosque in Katsina was attacked. About 27 people were killed. A mosque in Sokoto was attacked by fellow, these extremists who also who claim to be Muslim, who are not Muslim. The Sunnis. The Sunnis. So a lot of Muslim, in fact, a lot of Muslim people have moved from Borno State. Look at General, I think Ichuab, you know, Ichuab Arab person was killed, you know, in his private home. One of the war, you know, Civil War heroes was killed. You know, so he's a Muslim. You know, so there have been so many, even the relation of the former president was kidnapped in Daura. Those who kidnapped Muslims, the person kidnapped a Muslim person. So it's just not true. You know, terrorism is blind to religion. They killed, you know, look at the internal crisis between Boko Haram, divided themselves into factions. And they were attacking each other, which led to the death of Shekarau. Both groups claims to be Muslim.
While we cannot fail to talk about 9/11. When the planes hit the Twin Towers, he didn't ask how many Christians or Muslims
were there. So
people were killed.
So it's a wrong information, but I also think, you know, we are also responsible for some of this, you know, miscommunication at the local and international level.
Mayor, but mine is the medium of information is key here, because not to bring down the writing press, in the print media, the advantage is that of permanence. If you pick a paper that was published in 1960,
it's
but
permanent.
Electronic media of radio and TV, the advantage is immediacy. Remember what happened in Rwanda?
Yes.
One intemperate broadcaster went on air and was speaking jargon, and in 100 days, close to 1 million people were killed. So Ted Cruz went on TV, and
yes, why I'm happy that Boulos, Special Advisor Boulos, said what they said. One is somebody that has lived in Nigeria for a long time.
Okay,
is more or less he understands the terrain. His family has been in Nigeria for a long time.
I remember
and it's a special, yes,
yeah.
they're the one doing the motorcycle and all that. And
it reminds me of Chalaram.
Yeah, and it's a special advisor to President
on African and Arab.
Yes,
yeah.
So he is a top voice within the government that can advise the way things are. Like when we discussed it the first time, I explained that what Senator Ted Cruz was saying was absolute nonsense, and it is because Ted Cruz belongs to the MAGA group now. They call them the MAGA group now. They used to call them, they used to call them members of the Tea Party within the Republican Party, who are evangelicals. So they play a lot of emphasis on religion, and they look at politics in America from that prism. So if they've seen reports of maybe some Christians, especially in Plato, that died, you understand, and Benue, so they can come up with this and the other. Oh, Christians are being killed in Nigeria.
Targeted.
But it's a fallacy, because what we have is not genocide; it's terrorism. And the terrorists,
the employment
and the terrorists, yes, and the terrorists do not differentiate whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim. That is the fact on ground.
Or non-conformist.
Yes, that is the fact on ground. So they do not have enough. They do not have enough information to come to the conclusion that arrived that there's genocide in Nigeria. There's no genocide in Nigeria. That's why I'm happy that Boulos, who is the top person in American government, has been able to say no, there's nothing like that. Yeah. Because these crazy people that are killing people all over the place.
President Trump will be persuaded?
Of course, because like I said, the guy is an advisor. He's a member of government. He's an advisor. He's an official advisor to the president. You understand? So he is more. The president will listen to Boulos more than Ted Cruz.
Okay,
because he's an advisor on African and Middle East affairs.
Okay, we are going now. Okay, yeah. Boulos has removed we have seen removed the wheat, or separated the wheat from the chaff, so we are better able to see.
Yes, but in terms of institutional impact, the president met him in Rome, and then he spoke. In terms of institutional impact, the Senate is very key. It's important for the Nigerian.
It has set up an ad hoc committee.
Yes.
The plan is to travel to
meet the U.S. Congress, and also because the U.S. Congress
and disabuse their minds.
Disabuse the mind of this that it's not what we have in Nigeria. It's not terrorism, targeting Christians. Terrorism targeting all of us.
Yeah.
So the Nigerian government needs to increase the tempo of its internal and external communication.
And then the president also should do something about these ambassadors that are not, because part of the problem, when you have ambassadors, that's the missing. When you have ambassadors, they're supposed to protect your interests, to propagate things that you are doing. For example, if we had an ambassador on ground, he will have complained immediately to Ted Cruz, to Senator Ted Cruz, that this is not true, and will have adduced reasons why it is not true. But we don't have somebody like that. So anything we are doing it from here, which takes some time for it to be.
May I sound off here? Is it possible that we are dealing with fifth columnists within enemies of the state? Finding these things. Don't you think?
No, not necessarily. It's part of it is that there are some people, there are some political players, for example, that plays on the religious card and the ethnic card. It's not that they intentionally wants to paint our country in a bad light. They play those religious cards to favor themselves. But the problem is that when there is information in the public space, it gets to people like Ted Cruz. Whatever he's saying, picked it from reports that is in the public space. And when you
that is not countered.
Because they've seen that maybe there have been some attacks in some places, especially Plateau and Benue, and then they just ignorantly deduce the fact that Christians are being killed. Which is not the truth. Christians were killed, but Muslims have also been killed separately.
To the extent that we have a so-called genocide going on in my country.
Which is a ridiculous word to use.
And not to rule out what you have said. Some people wrote petitions to the Congress. Alleging genocide against Christians in Nigeria. And that is why
Nigerians.
Yes, Nigerians. And that is why, they get the deluge of petitions, from all sort of characters.
So what do they want?
That is why it is important for the Nigerian government to seize the narrative, to engage the international community. I expected the Nigerian government to have invited the U.S. ambassador here. The week of that incident. And then for briefing. You know, somebody here should have set a committee, and then you go to the U.S. Congress to make your case.
Is it not instructive to mention here that at the Senate, a motion was raised by Senator Brume, Borno State, and seconded by Muslims as well at the Senate?
Yeah, that's instructive.
Yeah,
to let us know that, because the international community is the information that they have, that they work on to sweeten their sentiments. Yeah, just like you said. So
that's why I said I hope President Trump will be persuaded.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanu people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. There's the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to all of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. Claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and graze anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quit notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, they will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. As soldiers of Kanu did that Lok Banta. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope of them prove to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olo. Hope of them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer in misery. But they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obioso was talking rubbish. Was yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you are from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president.
Well, in don dey declare to everyone say we no dey one for this country, and I don't know whether the president in don declare to am, because I no see the reason why you go see say things no dey work and wetin they try to do for the country no dey work. If they ask you go say they do work, why can't you just open your mind and do it boldly? You go be one of the best president wey be say we don't ever get. Everybody go remember you for wetin you do. But as you dey do like this, person no go fit remember you. Only wetin they go dey remember how you dey even dey do people, they put people for poverty. So if you could just come out boldly say may we divide this country into 3 or 4, everybody go just dey happy. They say thank God say Buhari come. So that's the best thing we be say you fit do for yourself. Because if you keep on they talk all these things, the insecurity where everybody they always talk, they know they even do anything about it. We dey talk say light for the past 1 week for my area and we never get light. 1 week and we never even know what happen. To the extent self we don't even lose hope. Everybody now don't go into solar because of waiting face system. I will say that they do the right thing. Now everybody don't declare or say they want may they divide their own divide country. Yoruba don't they talk their own, Hausa don't they talk their own. You don't think we be say Biafra they talk say may they divide the country. Why don't you say okay, since this thing now this work would they give me, I know they feel do anything, make I just go and divide this thing. If things they good, you think say everybody go they agitate say they won't go. Nobody go agitate for once. Nobody go agitate now because say the system no dey favorable to everyone. Britain or British just carry us jumped 4-5 different tribes for one particular place, may they become country. Now see what we dey face right now. Oh yeah, maybe we do the right thing, we don't get independence. Oh yeah, do the right thing, make everybody just go rest. Than all this suffering where everybody they suffer. It's a shameful thing. Say the way we find ourselves for this country is a shameful thing. But I believe that one day everything, all this injustice we say that they do to the Igbos, one day will go clear for their eye. Because this place, whenever we not be one country, we not be one country. No matter how it be, no matter how they try to say make the thing look like. I'm not gonna just talk much. I go along with me on a share on our own thoughts at the comment section. And don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates. Your opinion really matters a lot. Share this video now. The only one I feel take encourage supporters and click the subscribe button for more updates and write freedom for Massad and freedom for the people of Biafra. Thank you.